Three men are under arrest accused of robbing a Dorchester business, then starting an hours-long standoff with police. Good evening and thanks for joining us on this Friday, everybody. I'm Corey Smith.
I'm JC Monahan. NBC 10 was in court today as the suspects appeared and things did not go exactly as planned. We want to get live to Jericho Tran in Foxborough.
JC, Corey, that is an understatement. Court did not go as planned at all. Now, like you said, police say this all started with an armed robbery. Three men walked into a barber shop, but they stole money, wallets, and an Apple Watch. And it's that Apple Watch that they traced to Roxbury, a home in Roxbury, rather, and that's where they were able to track down three men. Now, we weren't able to record any of those new details in court, and here's why. Hold on. Emotional family members of the three suspects sent the courtroom into a brief recess as court officers and the judge attempted to regain order.
Everybody in the audience needs to sit down, please, and be quiet.
The outburst kept our cameras out, but we were still able to listen as prosecutors detailed the events leading up to the arrests of 34-year-olds James Mendez and Eric Hines, along with 41-year-old Hendrick Davis. They say Hines, Mendez, and Davis entered Edwards Barbershop in Dorchester and started stealing jewelry, money, and other personal items from the owner and other customers around 4 p.m. on Thursday.
The officers discovered that the individuals inside a barbershop and the owner were robbed at gunpoint by masked individuals.
Police tracked the Apple Watch stolen from one of the victims to Adams Street in Roxbury. Officers located Hines and Davis inside the apartment of a person known to the suspects.
The last thing I remember, they took a couple people out, and then they did a flashbang or something.
The third suspect, Mendez, was located inside an apartment in the same building. Officers say Mendez told the tenant inside to tell police he was her boyfriend, even though she did not know him. Police removed the tenant and her three children from the apartment before arresting Mendez, who now faces a charge for kidnapping.
The more positive outcome to this incident was the fact that nobody was injured.
Now, all three men are facing a slew of charges, including larceny and carrying a firearm without a weapon. Hines is also facing a drug possession charge for a Class A and a Class B drug. All three men are being held without bail until their next court date on July 23rd. In Roxbury, Jericho Tran, NBC 10 Boston.